All right, so we have a full schedule here for this next hour. I'm going to share my screen so you guys can kind of see what is going to happen. Give me 1 second. Okay, so this is our schedule. Of course, I've done the introduction, and then we have a YLA senior tribute that each one of our teammates have came and really thought hard about you guys and what you guys stand for, a lot of your skills and your characteristics. So we're going to have that followed by the YLA college reveal. I know you guys have been really excited to tell everyone what college you'll be attending, and I'm super excited as well. And then last but not least, we'll have some closing remarks in the guest speaker introduction from Dr. Dawn Anderson Butcher and also from Mr. Ryan Stamper.
I gotta unmute myself. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Caitlin Ramsey. I have had the privilege of working with YLA over the last few years and have really gotten to know MAKELA over the last year, and just want to take a moment to kind of focus on her and just the characteristics of a leader she has. So just to kind of go through it, a leader being genuine and getting people to understand that you're going to do the right thing, even when it's kind of the social responsibility, right? So even when you don't even have to ask her to do it, she just does it. Her integrity, her character is impeccable. Her eagerness to learn. So any session, any event that MAKELA has come to, she is going to be there. She's going to be present, and she's going to make sure the people around her are doing the same thing. Laughter. So who doesn't want to be around somebody who laughs and enjoys where they are, right? So I can just, every session, I can picture her smile and her laughing with her friends. And that's just going to help so much as you go into college, as you meet new people. And then it brings people together and always includes everyone. She, by example, so especially with year ones this year, she really helped just people in and make them feel part of the bigger group. So I just kind of wanted those. I could go on and on about how she's an incredible leader, but those are the kind of the main ones that stuck out to me. That's my favorite memory. So last August, we got this awesome opportunity to go with to law camp or court camp with Jeff, which is on the call actually, which is pretty cool. And we got to just learn about law and just over a 3-day period, I'm pretty sure it was. And between one of the sessions, we got to walking, and I just kind of asked MAKELA, like, hey, what'd you think of that? And her reflection was amazing. And one of the sentences that stuck out was, I don't know if I want to be a lawyer, but I learned a lot over the last few days. And I just kind of wanted to highlight that because in life, as we go into college, you might not always be so passionate about the class you're in, the conversation you're in, the events you go to, different things like that. But you can always learn from every conversation you're in, every event you go to, and anything like that. And I just wanted to highlight that and encourage you, MAKELA, to continue having that. And that's really stuck with me the last year. And yeah, so thank you, MAKELA, for this year, for being a part of YLA. We appreciate you and wish you nothing but good luck as you move forward.
All right, guys. I'm Kevin Moore. I'm going to be next talking about my man Dylan TILLIS. I'm fairly new here to life sports. I've been around camp, but new to doing the YLA. But Dylan was one of the first people who I met when I was here a few years ago. His personality just was like exuberant, you know, no matter who you are, he's going to come up to you, talk to you nonstop, you know. He just loves talking to people, being around everybody, and being like a positive asset to any environment that he's around. So that was my main point, his positive attitude, respectful and friendly. I've never seen or heard anyone say anything negative about Dylan. He's always willing to help. He's always willing to be kind. He's mature. I just love being around Dylan all the time. I don't see him like a ton. I wish I could see him more, but Dylan's a great guy. The point, can talk to anyone. I kind of mentioned that earlier. Dylan loves to talk. Like, that's Dylan. That makes him who he is, and it makes me love him even more because that's who he is. He never tries to go away from that. He's outgoing. He has that personality. You know when he's in a room because he's either talking to you or you see his super bright hair. So you always know where he's at all times. And so that's how I've always been able to really have Dylan stick out in my mind because he always just does something to make himself stick out in a positive way. Selfless, always willing to put others before him. That's just one of the many, like, this list could be a lot longer. Dylan always willing to put other people before his own self. When I was in camp, whenever he's a youth leader, he always wanted to help out, like, no matter what it was. He's like, hey, can I do this? Can I do that? Even if he wasn't part of that group, like, he just over there like, hey, I'm here, so can I help out? Like, without having to ask him, Dylan just wants to do whatever he can to help you out. And a lot of people don't do that. And so for Dylan to be at that age, to be as helpful he is, it's pretty remarkable, and I commend him for that. So the last couple of points, he ensures everyone is included. That's basically kind of what I've been saying. Like, Dylan's just an awesome guy. You know, he doesn't care who you are, where you come from. He wants to be your friend. He wants to talk to you. He wants to love on you. He just wants to be a good guy, you know, and have fun. So, of course, I love to hear Dylan. Don't ever change it. That's who you are, and I love you, man. Congratulations.
All right, I pulled over to do this a little more safely, y'all. So I am going to talk about my girl, Taylor. Like Kevin, this was my first full year doing YLA, and Taylor was one of the first people that I remember meeting. So we talk a lot about, you know, coming into a new situation being, I think, intimidating and kind of scary for youth leaders, but it's also still the same for adults when you're coming into a new job or a new situation. So it's a room full of people that even the staff that I didn't really know super well. And I remember the first session I sat in, I think it was Taylor, it was IMANI, and it might have been somebody else. And guys just talking me through like what YLA was, why you loved it so much, like what I could expect. Basically that people were nice. It's like being at a new school and shit at a new like lunch table. It's like the people are nice, like the girls are nice. So I just remember immediately feeling like that warmth from you, and like I said, you were smiling, you were super upbeat. One thing I really appreciate about you, and this is especially important in like group setting, is always your just desire to actively like want to participate, and you have the ability to influence others to do so. And that will be super important as you continue to grow and develop. So don't lose that, and don't ever underestimate your ability to influence people and to influence people for the good. Like you did with me that first session, you also have an ability to make everyone feel important and like they're part of the team. And so I've appreciated that, and it continues to draw me to you, and it'll keep drawing people to you as well as you move forward. And like I said, so I kind of started with my favorite memory, but just how amazing you are from that first meeting and moment, and as you continue to be. And so my advice to you and to everybody would just to be, as you move forward into this next chapter of your life, don't set limits for yourself, but also don't allow the limits that other people to set on you or impose upon you to influence what you think you can do or what you can't do. Like, the sky is the limit. Like, you guys are all incredibly bright and incredibly gifted, just awesome people. So just keep moving forward. I am being flagged down by some construction friends, so I'm about to move. But just keep doing that. Keep being awesome. And I'm excited to see what the future brings for you. Give me 1 second. Thank you.
So I have the privilege of talking about IMANI, and she is just one of my all-time favorite people, not just in life sports, but in the world, because as soon as you see IMANI, she has that big smile on her face that is in these pictures, and that's on her face right now that she's trying to hide, but she is just so wonderful and happy and joyful, and really worked hard to include the first years and get them to buy into the YLA and what we're doing, and get them excited. I also have a bond with Imani because we both love to dance. So she was always one of my favorite campers to have when I was the dance coach, because she was always up front and helping her teammates to get the dance. And also Imani is just very mature, and something that I like about her is she really takes advice and feedback and thinks about it. You know, when you give someone advice and you can tell they're just kind of like nodding their head and hoping that you'll finish talking soon. But Imani will be like, wow, thank you for telling me that. And then even bring it up later in conversations, and you can see it apply to her life. So she's just super thoughtful and smart, very inclusive and a hard worker. And I like that she holds her peers accountable. If she sees something that doesn't sit right with her, she has a very good way of nicely calling it out and helping that person grow. One of my favorite memories is a couple of us went to Roosters when she was the hostess, and they had seated us before she got to us, and you could tell she was so bummed, and we were like, should we go back to the front door? So we went back to the front door, and she walked up and said, thank you for coming, can I show you to your seat? And she went and showed us our seat, and she was just the best hostess that I've ever had. So that's what I have to say about Imani. She's just wonderful.
Yay.
Yay. Next, I get to talk about Brooklyn, which I'm super impressed with your setup right here, Brooklyn. It's awesome. So what I love about Brooklyn is she's super consistent, and she has just such a calming presence. And as you can tell, I'm kind of animated and up and down everywhere, but Brooklyn is just so key to, like, I don't know, she just stays consistent, which is always a trait that I admire in people. It's been really cool to see, as her brothers have come into the YLA program, how protective she is over them. And also, she's not scared to say something to them if they put a toe close to the line. They never went over the line. They're great kids too, but they're just wonderful. And then they had moved to Dayton and just were very dedicated to the program and still came back. And I love that. And I'm just super thankful that you guys have kept coming, because you are so key to YLA and all that we do. And I'm just so proud of you and how much you've grown, and just really fun to watch you grow up. And I'm excited for your next chapter. And I also get to talk about Bailey Smith. So Bailey is a camper that I have known probably one of the longest out of everybody. And she just has this energy when she comes into the room, like she changes the energy, and you know that she is there. And she is a beautiful writer and speaker. And I'm really excited to see how you use those talents in the future. I think it was 2 years ago at our opening YLA session, you wrote a speech and said it for us, and I got choked up, which I do kind of cry a lot, but it was very good. And you are wise beyond your years with your words, and it'll be really cool to see how you use your energy and your natural leadership skills for good. And I'm excited to see the impact you have on the world. One of my favorite memories is I think Sam and Luke might have still been here, but we were in the basement at Donato's, and we had some time to kill before we went over to camp training. And I was like, let's do a talent show. And Bailey was like, okay. And she jumped up and she did an Incredibles impersonation. And I swear, like, even if I see the movie, always, like, whenever I see the character or the movie, like, I can hear Bailey's voice in my head reciting this scene, like, perfectly, about getting the super suit. I'm not even going to try to imitate it, but Bailey, I'm just really proud of how far you've grown, and I really enjoyed getting to hang out with you and learn with you over the past couple of years.
Okay, so I have the pleasure of talking about Jaden, who has become like a little brother to me now. Extremely humble. When I first met Jaden, he probably said about 2 sentences to me throughout the whole cohort, so like throughout the whole year. But as we continue to grow, we continue to learn each other. One day he came up to me and said, Coach Stephen, what do you want to be? And I said, Jaden, I'm 30, almost 7 years old. I think this is it. But we had just a great discussion about like what he wanted to do and how he planned to get there in life. Just an extremely humble person, full of knowledge, just so smart, extremely talented. My favorite memory of Jaden, this past summer we were in camp, and Jaden has secured an internship with Councilman member Elizabeth Brown. And Jaden came running to me. So it was like Dawn, Councilman Brown, and I think Julie was with them, and they were all on a cart. So they went off, and I walked the other way. Somehow Jaden found me during camp. He's out of breath. Coach Stephen, now, we're at camp with 600 kids, so now I'm nervous, like, what happened? So I'm clutching my phone, like, tell me what happened. And he was like, I did it. And I said, did what, Jaden? He was like, I got the internship. And he was just so excited. And like, I think we might have hugged Jaden. I was just so excited for him. And just to see his smile on his face. And then I think he has a shirt on there. Just to see his smile on Jaden's face. And just to know that he went there and he worked hard. I heard nothing but great comments about his work ethic there. And I'm excited to see what you do in the future, Jaden, because I know it's going to be something very productive. I know it's going to be something that will change the world. And I'm just honored to be able to have met you, for you to always text me anytime you have an achievement. It really brings light to my day. So I appreciate you, and I know that you're going to do great things. And yeah, I don't want to get choked up, Jaden. I'm Rhea. So Rhea and I, that's like another little sister. See, and I'm in her family now. You can ask her mom. A natural born leader. Like, she is extremely mature. Right? When I first met her, she just stuck out to me because she was just so mature. And she came up and asked me like, hey, Coach Stephen. And I said, yes. She was like, what do you need? What do you need me to do? It was like the first session. And I was like, at this point, I'm trying to figure out what I need to do, Rhea. And then I'll let you know. But no, she's a beacon of light anytime she comes into the room. All of her peers love her. Our team loves her. I remember when Rhea ran for executive board, and she did this presentation. Now, I don't know if Rhea thought that it was a TED Talk or if she thought it was a YLA presentation, but this is one of the best presentations I've ever sat through. It was just so organized. It was so direct. You can just tell that this young lady comes from a great family and has so many morals that is going to just help her propel in life. I look forward again to seeing what you do in life, Rhea. I know it's going to be great. I know you're going to rock it at blank, blank, blank school. I'll let you tell that. But I'm just excited. Like I said, I know she comes from a great family, and I know that you guys are going to continue to push her. And I'm going to continue to do it as well. And last but not least, Mr. Preston Ratcliffe. Preston is a great person. No matter what day of the week I see Preston, he's always going to ask me, how was my weekend? So, even if it's Thursday, I'm preparing for the weekend coming up. Preston's always going to ask me, like, Coach Steph, how was your weekend? Preston will brighten up your day. He's been in a camp for about 6 or 7 years now. Extremely funny, gets along with everyone. He's a leader at anything he does. Anything you ask Preston to do, he's going to do it. He's going to do it at 100% level. Like I said, he's always willing to help. You can ask Preston you don't even have to ask Preston, actually, and he's willing to help at any time. So Preston and I, we have a handshake that he wanted to create last year. And every time we see each other, we always do this handshake. And it's like a handshake that was kind of complex as well. I will never forget this handshake that Preston and I have. No matter what's going on, we always make sure we stop and do our handshake together. So yeah, it's just so many things I'm gonna remember about Preston, and I hope that he's gonna continue. I don't think he's with us right now. He's at work. He's an essential employee, so that's a round of applause for him. But I just know he's gonna do great things as well, just because his work ethic is so great, and he's always willing to learn. Preston's a sponge, so he's always willing to soak up any information you give him. Okay. So next on our list, we are going to give our youth leaders time to tell who they are, a little bit about themselves, and then at the end of their speech, they're going to reveal to you what college or university they plan to attend this fall. All right? This is the exciting part. So first we have ONRAYIA Wright.
Okay, so my name is ONRAYIA Wright. I attend Reynoldsburg High School with a GPA of 3.1. School programs I was included in were homecoming queen. I was a student section leader for the football student section, and I was a varsity basketball cheerleader. I took College Credit Plus classes along with high school classes mixed together. And I also was interested in Leo Club too. Some awards and achievements I received were it was like a dean program for Columbus State because I got a 4.0 last semester, and I'm really proud of that. And in the fall 2020, I'll be attending the Eastern Michigan University with a major in nursing.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
You revealed it now.
You got it? So next we have Imani Spencer.
Hi, my name is Imani Spencer. I currently go to Thomas Ferguson High School. I have a GPA of 3.8. Some of the school programs I've been in were gymnastics, purpose, Black History Month show, some of those. And some of my achievements I had were the Archie Griffin Award and the Students of the Month for each of the school year. And I will be attending in the fall OSU Newark.
Yay!
Yes. And I don't think Dylan has joined us yet. But if he does, we'll make sure that we give him time to explain his future goals. Next, we have Bailey Smith.
Hello, my name is Bailey Smith. I go to Bishop Hartley High School. Throughout my high school career, I've participated in 3 varsity sports, which is cheerleading, track, and diving, and I've accumulated 11 varsity letters in those sports. I've also participated in the diversity club, and I was a school house captain for our house system that we have at Hartley. Other awards and recognitions that I have received throughout my high school career, I've gotten the Iron Woman Award for track and field, most valuable player, just a lot of sports related awards. And in the fall, I will be attending my HBCU, Tennessee State University.
Bailey.
Yes, that's awesome, Bailey.
Thank you.
So next we have Taylor.
All right, so my name is Taylor Murray. I will be graduating from Fort Hays High School with a GPA of a 3.7. I've been in life sports for 5 years, and throughout my high school, I've been on drill team for 3 years, and for my senior year, I was sergeant. I've been in my school's dance ensemble for 3 years, acting ensemble for 3 years, and I've done multiple performances at my school. Some awards I've gotten was National Honor Society, and I've also gotten the International Thespian Society for acting. And in the fall, I will be attending Bowling Green State University with a major in graphic design and a minor in entrepreneur.
Yes, Taylor. Yay!
All right, next up we have Brooklyn Richardson.
Hi, my name is Brooklyn Richardson. I attended Springfield High School, and I will be graduating with a 4.21 GPA. In high school, I did cheer for 3 years. I'm a 4-year track varsity leader, and I've done orchestra for 4 years, playing upright bass. Some awards that I've received, I have received Athletic Honors Awards twice, and I'm a member of Triumph Music Honor Society, and I'm also a member of National Honor Society. The school I will be attending is, I'll be attending Virginia State University.
All right.
Yay, Brooklyn.
Next up we have MAKELA.
Hi, my name is MAKELA MORMAN. I attended Patriot Preparatory Academy and going to be graduating with the 3.8. While I was in school, I played basketball, softball, and volleyball. I received a National Honor Society honor roll and a varsity letter in basketball. And this fall, I'll be attending Bowling Green with a major in nursing.
Yes. All right, and last but not least, Jaden.
Hi, my name is Jaden Jeffrey RHYNEHARDT, and I attended Columbus Alternative High School. I graduated with 3.1 GPA. While in high school, I was in Civics Club. I played varsity baseball for Northland High School. I was a part of the YLA Youth Leader Academy, and I was in Kudos. While playing baseball for Northland, I earned a varsity letter. I got honor roll at Columbus Alternative High School, and while in YLA, I was the president and vice president. President and vice president. This summer, I will be attending Dayton University because I earned a full ride scholarship.
Let's go Flyers!
Yes, congratulations to all of you. Also, I'm going to share my screen again. Some of our past staff, I wanted to share some words of wisdom to you. We have our PowerPoint presentation, so give me a second. So you can feel free to take a little time to read these, or I can read them as well. These are from some of our past staff who have been in YLA. Like I said earlier, they literally paved the way for me to come in, and just an easy transition to come in, and some of our current staff as well, just to make it extremely easy. The kids loved them. It was extremely hard to replace Luke. Okay, but I still haven't replaced him because there's a lot of big shoes to fill. So I just make sure I tie my shoes tight every session and see what happens. But just the connection that, Sam, Luke, Coach Ellen, Lee, Coach A, Coach Carly, and the rest of the coaches, the connection you guys made with them is just more than amazing. It was something that when I came into, I was just shocked about how you guys connected and the relationship that you built with our youth leaders. I know that you guys are all proud, and I thank all of you guys for being here tonight to help celebrate. And is that long? Can I go to the next one? Yeah. Thanks, Coach Sarah. So just a couple of pictures to bring you guys some memories, just some of the great times that we had. I think that these are memories I know personally we'll never forget. You guys are amazing in each and every way. Each one of you bring something different to the table, but I think that's what makes the youth leadership so unique and diverse, that we all bring something differently, but we collectively have the same goal. So I don't know what Imani was doing up there in the left corner, but
I was doing the carrot dance. The carrot dance.
Yes, just pics from our gala, and some agriculture pics. It's just, we have so many memories, guys, that we could go on and on with pictures. that we have over the past couple of years. Just some more pictures from some of our YLA sessions, our hangouts, camp. Again, like you guys have created so many memories for me and our team. So these are some of our YLA youth leaders when they were younger in camp. So you see the arrows, I think that's Imani and MAKELA. So to get ready to close this out, I'm going to introduce my supervisor, the executive director of Life Sports, a person who really is just the car, the engine, and the gas when it comes to like moving forward and thinking of big pictures of the next steps for Life Sports. And one of the components that makes Life Sports great and to keep us in the trends of the world, our executive director, Dr. Dawn Anderson Butcher.
Thank you, Stefan. Congrats, youth leaders. I'm so proud of you. We are so proud of you and all that you've done within Life Sports and in your schools and in your jobs and internships and extracurriculars. We can't wait to see what you do next and look forward to hearing more about your journeys. I get the pleasure of introducing our guest speaker tonight, who is Coach Stamp, and Coach Stamp is in his 8th year as the Assistant Athletic Director of Player Development with the Buckeye football team. Go Bucks, woohoo! Before I give the microphone to him, though, I want to tell you a little bit about him because he exemplifies a lot of the leadership qualities that Stefan and our team focus on in the YLA, and also ones that you all just have coming out of your glands all the time. Stamp is a graduate from the University of Florida. I know he's a Gator, but he has a degree in criminology that he received in 2009. While he was at Florida, he was part of their championship football team and won 2 national championships in 2006 and 2008. He was a 2-time captain for the Gators as well. But not only did he perform on the field, for example, he was second team all SEC. He also won several awards for his leadership, his courage, and his character. One of the most prestigious awards there at the University of Florida for football is the Fergie Award, and he was honored that for his senior year. Really excited to have him speak with you tonight. One of the things that Coach Stamp has done at Ohio State is brought to our football program what is called Real Life Wednesdays. And this is a college career development leadership focus that he runs with all of our football players at Ohio State. And so we're really, really honored to have him here sharing some of those tricks and traits and some inspirational quotes for you all as you move forward into your next journey in your lives. So with that said, I am going to pass the speaker to Coach Stamp.
Hey, Coach, you have the co-host, so feel free to share the screen.
Okay. Can you guys see me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Appreciate it, Don. Thank you for the introduction. Also, thank you for the opportunity for allowing me to speak to this group. As soon as I got the call from Don, the first thing I, told her was absolutely. And I was, actually honored because I always love going back in time, just bringing back memories of, situations and times that, I had being in you guys' shoes, 15 years ago. And, just knowing that this is a crucial and important moment in you guys' life right now. You graduate in high school, you're extremely excited. You're going to college, extremely excited. But, right now you guys are kind of in a place, right, where you got the pandemic going on right now, and, we're kind of on Zoom. But it's still probably most important time in you guys' life right now. And, when I was in high school, I was always told 2 most important decisions you'll ever make is who you're going to marry and what school you're going to go to. And that definitely was, something that I took with me. And I think, if it wasn't for me going to the University of Florida, I probably won't be here at the best university in the country, which is The Ohio State, and just extremely thankful for that. So when Don asked, just for me to come speak to you guys, I was thinking, what are you guys teaching them now? What were they taught at life sports? And she told me about the sets, self-control, effort, teamwork, social responsibility. And I think taking that, from life sports on to your life, whether it's, in your marriage, whether it's, in the classroom, friendship, whatever, you're going to be extremely successful. One thing I tell people all the time, you got a lot of people on this screen right now. Never forget, where you come from as well as who helped you get there. I'm extremely indebted to a lot of people who helped me get where I'm at right now. Whether it's your parents, whether it's a friend, whether it's a coach, whether it's a tutor. I would challenge everybody on this screen, students as well as parents. Go thank someone who helped you get where you're at right now. Go tell them, thank you, especially during these times that we have right now. It probably will make their day. Just go up to them and say, hey, you helped me on this tutoring, this test that I made. Thank you. Just tell them thank you for whatever it is, because somebody helped everybody on the screen get to some part of their lives, and I think sometimes we forget that. So I just challenge everyone to just say thank you. And another thing I want to talk about is just finding your passion. Right now you guys are entering another journey, and everybody, still trying to figure out, where they're at, in this world, where they're at, where they're going to be 5 years from now, 5-year plan, 10-year plan. I challenge my players all the time. What's your 5-year plan? What's your 10-year plan? And how you going to get there? Then I see them 2 weeks from now. What's your 5-year plan? What's your 10-year plan? How you going to get there? And if it's the same, good. Even if you change it, that's fine as well. That's how you find your passion. I call and describe finding your passion is maximizing opportunities. I think what I'm doing right now at Ohio State is helping young men, and that's my passion. But before coming to Ohio State, I was a police officer, believe it or not. I was a police officer in Titusville, Florida. And I was actually, extremely good at the job. But at that time, that wasn't my passion. You know what I mean? It wasn't my passion. But along y'all's journey, you're gonna, do a career here. You're gonna find different friends. You're gonna find different obstacles. And, sometimes it takes you 15 years, 20 years, 30 years to find your passion. But, just make sure you stay on course. Make sure you set goals. And make sure, you just continue to do the sets and just everything that you were, taught in life sports. And I'm sure that you're taught by your parents as well. But, finding your passion is really just maximizing every opportunity. I feel like me being a police officer helped me be right now a great administrator at Ohio State. During the time I was a cop, I was actually thankful I got the phone call from Coach Meyer at the time in 2012 to come in and work at Ohio State, because in Titusville, Florida at the time, just being a Black police officer was really tough, because 20 minutes up the street was Sanford, Florida, which is where Trayvon Martin got killed. So that was a lot of the reason why it was tough for me to be a police officer at that time, and why that wasn't my passion, because it was extremely difficult. But I took a lot of those experiences that I learned from then, brought it to my job now, and now I'm thriving. So it doesn't matter how long it takes, just maximize every opportunity you guys take. And I'll leave you with this quote here, and it's talking about just your dreams and your goals. And everybody on this phone call has dreams. Everybody have goals. But I challenge you to this. If you have dreams and goals and your actions doesn't align with your dreams and goals, change your actions or change your dreams and goals. What that statement really means is, if your dream is to play in the NFL, but on the weekends you're not putting in the work, you're doing drugs, you're hanging with the wrong crowd, you're hanging with the wrong people, you're not studying, that's fine, but just change your dreams and goals. So if it's not aligned, change it. So set big time goals, have big time dreams, but make sure you're living up to those dreams and goals, and your actions is aligned with the dreams and goals you guys have in place. So I know I did a lot of talking. Like I said, I'm extremely proud of every one of you guys. Hopefully at some point I get to meet you guys. If you need my contact, whether it's my cell phone, my email, you know, Stephen has it, you know, as well as Don. You guys can hit me up, reach out anytime, any way I can help anybody on this call. I'm willing to do so. Once again, thanks again for the opportunity, Don, and congratulations to everyone again. Go Bucks.
Thank you, Coach Stamp. We appreciate it. Those are great words. I'm pretty sure a lot of our youth leaders will take you up on that offer with your contact information. Before we leave here today, before we wrap up, again, I do want to thank everybody from our advisory council, our partners, our team, everyone on our team, youth leaders, all of your guardians, your parents, your family. Can we all give each other a round of applause? Because without you guys, none of this is possible. So collectively, we all did great. Yes, this is the end of our ceremony. Again, every youth leader, I'm so proud of you guys. You don't understand. This is a great accomplishment, and it feels good no matter what's going on in the world right now. This is something that will never change. This is something that no one can take from you. You graduated, and it's something that you'll always have. Remember this moment. Remember these people that are here right now. Remember those that have had an impact, a positive impact on your life. Keep those ones close and continue to do great. Anybody, if you guys want to stay on and talk to any of our youth leaders or mingle, please feel free. But thank you, everyone, for coming.
Thanks, Stephen.
Thank you, Stephen.
Good job, Stephen.
Congratulations.
Everybody.
Congrats, guys. Congrats.
Congrats. Bye.
Bye.